Restart.
Why, hello there, everybody. If you're gathered here today to look at my campaign for the Better Health, NHS Better Health campaign. So, okay, there we go. So we had to do some requirements of the brief first, so we actually knew what we were required to do. I know it's kind of in the name, but so, to celebrate the launch of the newest campaign, the Better Health campaign, the NHS have requested that we produce a creative response to one of the themes presented in the Better Health campaign, which appeals to a different target audience than they're used to, which is 16 to 20-year-olds, to widen their audience participation to promote the campaign to a younger generation. The Better Health campaign was launched to encourage young children to eat better, as well as help families maintain a healthy lifestyle for their children and for themselves. The themes that we're going to have to choose from, which we will eventually get to which theme we chose and why, are quit smoking, losing weight, and getting active. And we also had to take into consideration obstacles that we might have to, overcome. So we're going to time constraints is the immediate first one that comes into mind. So we're going to have to do, which you will be able to see later on, that we've created a schedule that makes sure that we meet these deadlines that we're going to set, and also make sure that we keep ahead on the research, the pre-production, production, post-production, all that jazz. And we will also have to make aware of the resources we have and use them to the best capabilities so we can create a high-quality product when it's suitable for the needs of our target audience. Is that... makes sense? Cool, okay. We did a survey because we wanted to find out what our target audience, are pretty much, and who what people like to do and stuff like that. So, using the survey that we did, which is perfectly illustrated by the screenshot here, we understood the further problems and struggles that our target audience has when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle. And thanks to this survey, we were able to narrow down the main areas that I should focus on for the TV advert and podcast, and basically just make it more suitable for the target audience effectively. So, similarly with the client research, I managed to get a better understanding of who my client actually is. And overall, I feel like I can represent myself much better, and the client much better, thanks to putting in some time to do a deep dive into who the NHS actually are. In addition, I can use my research to better understand the needs that are required for the TV advert, so, I'm not making something that's a bit rubbish for the target audience and all that jazz. And we also had to do deep dives into existing products already, so we actually kind of knew what the basis was that we were meant to do. And we managed to figure out the regularity of the TV adverts and what is to be expected whilst doing a typical TV advert. We're going to, of course, try and exceed the expectations, but we just wanted to know what is, a typical TV advert, as I said. We can use this to know, I've already just said that, and produce a high-quality TV advert. And one thing that we are going to do, thanks to looking into the getting active side of things for the previous campaigns, that we're going to take the atmosphere of these styles of adverts and use it in our own TV advert. So, again, we did the subject area. So, using the subject area, I managed to find out a lot more about getting active than I originally did. This allowed me to get a bigger perspective on the requirements and necessities for a human to have a healthy lifestyle, and I can use this knowledge I learned from researching the subject area and apply it to answer the questions my target audience asked. Does that make sense and all that jazz? Okay, so...
Using the focus groups, we understood the further problems and struggles of our target audience when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle. Thanks to the focus group, we were able to narrow down the main areas that we should focus on for the TV advert and go into further detail on a podcast. I also found out areas that I do not need to put as much time into.
So, our aims. For the Better Health campaign, we are looking to do a comedic and informative TV advert and a podcast. We decided to do these two styles of promotion as we believe a TV advert can be used as a platform for more detailed information through either the NHS website or our podcast, which we believe will give more of an insight of what our target audience's questions or queries are and answer them to the best of our abilities. Our goal is to spread valuable information and promote the NHS Better Health campaign so that young adults, again 16 to 20-year-olds, can feel at ease when it comes to getting active. We also want to make exercise more accessible for people who have physical barriers, as well as making it more enjoyable for everyone, so it's not like a chore doing it. You actually, want to go out your way to do it. And of course, for the TV advert, we're going to use a wide range of camera angles and techniques and make it as engaging as possible. So does that make sense for that part? Okay, cool. And I have alluded this to earlier, our final decision, we decided that a TV advert and a podcast on getting active would be best, as it is more likely to affect someone rather than an unhealthy eating, as the typical active audience still can be healthy through exercising and not have a great diet. We also think that really getting active was a massive issue due to COVID, as a lot of people couldn't exercise how they want to. For example, going to the gym, and really motivation was struggling at that point, and they had to rely on other methods which weren't as motivating. Eating healthy is also not as accessible for everyone, as some people may not be in a financial state in which they can, afford to eat healthier options, whereas everyone can exercise to some extent. So basically, getting active is just far more accessible to people in general to actually, do. So our plan, so we decided to do a little storyboard, as you guys can clearly see. So we want to start off our TV advert with a person looking at TikToks, as everybody probably does at one point or another, and be like, oh, look at this, there's a guy doing exercise, and then every single time he flips, there's continuously more and more of dancing. I think is going to be our main area that we're going to focus on, and then it's going to be an encouraging words probably, or there's going to be encouraging words, so that basically it gets the guy to be like, ooh, I want to do this, because like everybody does, and then eventually this will start him out being very angry and, well, as you guys can see by this fabulous circle, fat, and so he starts off depressed and just doesn't like this at all. It's not for him, but eventually he gets shredded, as you can see, and he gets friends. He basically, his life turns around and he is now happy, and then we're going to end off in terms of somebody just speaking about basically encouraging other people to, even if they don't like dance, to basically do some form of exercise, even if it's like walking. Going to the gym is now accessible again. And then we're going to end out on an NHS logo. So, the last thing that we have to do before we continue, actually, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we decided to do a schedule because, we're cool like that. So on Monday, we're going to focus on the podcast. So really just, whether it be script writing, actually doing the podcast, or something like that on the mornings, and then in the afternoons we're going to focus on the recording and editing of the TV advert itself. Tuesday is going to be the same thing, as you guys can see. And then Wednesdays we're going to do the blogger process and development, so basically typing up what we've done, and that's pretty much it. And then Friday is going to be the blogger analysis, which is basically the same thing, where we just go in and just do what we need to do and write up about it. So yeah, and that is it. So any questions?
Will the podcast be able to listen to anywhere, or is it just for yourselves?
We will be posting the podcasts on a platform of some description. We haven't decided.
Probably, most likely YouTube.
Probably, yes, because that's the easiest and most accessible one for people. So yeah, any other questions?
No.
Thank you. Well, that's it.